I'm going through this quickly because I wanted to make sure that we have some time in the morning session to go over the movie that we have, which really illustrates the entire CometCloud framework in operation. Okay, so I wanted to, at this point, summarize and then hand it over to Gia, who's going to run the movie for you and then explain what's going on. So to summarize, what CometCloud is an autonomic cloud federation engine which allows you to federate infrastructure and then run applications on it. It really has a big autonomic dimension to it, which really allows you to do a lot of adaptation in type of resources that have been federated, when they're federated, and be able to trade off different dimensions of performance, throughput, budgets, reliability to be able to meet the objectives and constraints that are being provided. We've run a lot of applications on it. We have applications like value at risk, which are part of financial analytics. We have scientific applications in the medical and biomedical arena. We have oil gas type applications. We have more typical kernels and solvers we have built on this. We've also run it on a range of infrastructure that you can federate, including clusters, public clouds, more specialized resources such as the Blue Gene, the Opens, and the Exceed platform, Open Science Grid. So we have tried to create agents that can allow you to build your application across a variety of different infrastructure. I'm going to pause a little bit for questions, and in the meantime, I will, I guess Gia will set up for the movie. So please free to ask any questions if you had any for the previous phase of the presentation.
Yeah, Manish, this is Princeton. We have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So let's say I have an application which deals with genomics or something else, and it's currently running on Amazon EC2 using, say, MapReduce or any other standard high-performance computation frameworks. How do I integrate it with Comet? Do I take the application and move it to some other cloud where Comet is installed? Do I install some Comet agents on Amazon EC2? So how do I add the layer of Comet between the application and the cloud?
Okay, so that's a good question, right? So it depends what your objectives are, right? If you want to, you could run the application as is, right, on Amazon if that's what you want. But if you wanted to also run the application on Amazon plus your local cluster, and that's when you would get benefits of using CometCloud, right? Because then what you could do is you take the same application MapReduce, but if you run it on top or you access the EC2 resources through the Comet layer, right? And that wouldn't mean you wouldn't really have to modify application for that. It's just the way you run it. Well, then you could run some of your mappers on your local cluster and run the other map tasks on EC2, right? And so that basically what would change there is the way you execute, you provision your EC2 resources and run your application. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. So I just want to make sure I understood it. So what you're saying is we have to have a local cluster on which we install Comet, and the application.
Or it doesn't have to be a local cluster. You could. What I'm saying is that you could, if you only wanted to run your job on EC2, well, you wouldn't need anything. You would just run it using EC2 as a way of access, or using Comet as a way of accessing EC2. What I was saying is the benefit of Comet would come in if you wanted to use more than one resource, in the sense that you would, or you wanted to use EC2 more elastically, right? So in that case, you could then use that, for example, to use EC2 plus future grid, or EC2 plus your local cluster, or EC2 plus an Exceed resource. And that's when the real benefit of CometCloud would come in.
Okay, very good. Thanks.